If in this moment you don't understand why your manifestation isn't here yet, you've been doing all the things, all the techniques that everyone talks about. You've done them all. You've done everything, Kim, and it's still not working. You're going to want to watch this video. Hello, my fellow flawless, limitless, sexy, sassy, saucy HBICs. How are you on this lovely afternoon or evening? How are you all? Are you all choosing to be the version of yourself that has your manifestation? Are you? Well, let me say this. If in this moment you don't understand why your manifestation isn't here yet, you've been doing all the things, all the techniques that everyone talks about. You've done them all. You've done everything, Kim, and it's still not working. You're going to want to watch this video. So sit back, relax, get a drink. Hopefully this won't be too long. This is an inspired video after a couple of events that happened in my reality today, and I am seeing a bigger picture. So I'm going to share it all with you. Before I jump in, some basic bitch. If you need help figuring out what's going on between you and your manifestation, please feel free to email me at manifestingwithkimberly@gmail.com. All of my coaching options are in the drop box below. They're in the screens that just went by. I have 2 channel memberships. I go live with one of them, exclusive lives coaching on Tuesdays at 9:30 p.m.-ish Eastern Standard Time. That is a zhuzh success story, tips and tricks type of group. And I have the hot seat group, which I go live with them on Fridays at 9 a.m.-ish Eastern Standard Time. That is the group that you can get in the hot seat and ask me specific questions. Okay. I have TikTok, I have Instagram, I Clapper, and I would love for you to join me everywhere. And if you're new, hi, I'm Kim. Yep, I'm always like this, and I'm obsessed with getting what I want. So if you are too, please subscribe and come hang out with me. Okay. I upload daily here. Okay. All right. I'm going to jump in. Now, I know from personal experience what it is like to be in that frame of mind, in that state, being in that version of myself at the time, that when you feel you have done every single technique under the sun to manifest, and it's still not here yet, it's still not in your 3D, I say this with love, and listen, I get it if we get a little irritated with my message, because I didn't want this message either. I didn't want to hear it either, okay? There is never anything to change but self, okay? So every technique under the sun is not a necessity to manifest. When we feel we have tried every technique and it hasn't worked, hear the wording, hear the message in that. I've tried everything. I've done every technique and it's not here yet. There's really no other way to frame that other than you are deciding it's not working. You are deciding that it didn't come in the time frame you declared it to. You're declaring it's not working, and there's no other way to sugarcoat it. That is an is what it is thing, okay? And I know that's not always fun to hear. And also, when we are declaring it's not here, it hasn't worked, you are choosing to be that version of yourself. You're selecting that. That's the reality or timeline, time track, film roll, whatever words feel comfortable to you. You're choosing that with that thinking. Okay? You're choosing it. Whether you mean to or not, you are choosing it. And I understand every moment on this journey because I have lived it. And I can't honestly tell you that I've lived it acting like an adult, because I had a lot of childish moments on my journey where I had full-on tantrums because what I wanted wasn't here yet. And I would get very frustrated with this kind of message. Like, yeah, no kidding, nothing to change but self. I'm changed. I am that. I've done that. It doesn't work. If that is you speaking, if that is something you're uttering, if that is something you're thinking right now, I love you. I feel for you. But you're being the you that doesn't have it. And there is a way to decide you have it without having to lie to yourself and say you see it in the 3D. There is. There is. What I find to be the easiest way is to ask myself, what would my life look like if it was really here right now? If you're manifesting the love of your life, your SP, what do you think a day in the life of you being together with your SP, what would it look like? How do you think that day would be? How would you start your morning? Would you start your day waking up next to your specific person, having breakfast with them, having coffee with them? I don't know, maybe it's a work day. You can pick any day to imagine. Maybe it's a day on the weekend. You wake up next to your SP and you're going to spend the whole day together as you have breakfast together. Well, what do you wear? What did you wear to bed? Are you naked? What was it like? What was it like sleeping next to SP? Do they make noises when they're eating breakfast? Do they make slurpy sounds when they're drinking? I hope not, because that would be a deal breaker for me. I'm just saying. But immerse yourself in your imagination if you feel that nothing else has worked. Use your imagination to your benefit. It is your manifesting power horse. It's your universe, God, higher power, source energy, moonbeams, connection. That is it. Your imagination is like your crystal ball, your personal genie in a bottle. But most of us, whether we want to own it or not, are using our imagination for the opposite. The opposite. No matter how or what videos we watch or hear, we are never going to avoid the who we are being aspect of manifestation, because it is the all-powerful answer to why your 3D looks the way it does. And all of it is choice. And sometimes that's hard to hear. I know that. But if you've tried everything and it's not working, this is what I would do. And if you were my coaching client, this is one of the things I would suggest to you. I would say, if you know beyond a shadow of a doubt that you are choosing to be the you who has your manifestation, aka you being in the state of the wish fulfilled, if you believe that, okay, but yet in the same sentence, you're declaring it isn't working, nothing's here yet. If you are so sure, then give yourself 24 hours of doing nothing but observing your mind. Obviously, you're allowed to sleep some of those hours, but for the rest of it, you're observing. You're not going to do your manifestation techniques. There's nothing wrong with, hey, I am the version of myself having what I want. You can slip that sentence out, but from there on, observing. What does that mean to observe? It means you're taking a step back, You're going to do your normal, daily routines, getting up, getting your coffee, taking your shower, maybe going to work or going out shopping with friends, going to lunch with friends, and all the while you are paying attention to where your mind goes, where you are catching your mind. You're going to deliberately do a check-in with yourself, maybe hour by hour. And you're going to really observe your thoughts and where you find yourself going with your thoughts. When I did this, because I didn't like doing this either, by the way, because I noticed, holy shit, Kim, my mind was bad. My mind was a lot worse than I thought. My mind was always going in a victim type of conversation. And I say conversation because I would catch myself having unfavorable inner conversations with my specific person a little more often than I care to own up to, but I'm owning it now. I had to own it then. Because I'm telling you, and I guarantee you, I am so confident in the knowing that this is a truth. That God or universe, whatever you personally, individually believe in, I say God, is absolutely unequivocally not keeping things from you. Even though I know you probably feel that way. But there's literally nothing in your way. No one else can stop things from coming to you. The universe is not dangling a little carrot in front of you and then saying, nope, you can't have it. That is not happening. But just because you believe that it is, your 3D will show you evidence that that is a truth for you and only you. Now, I want to say this nugget because this happened in a coaching call today. So it made me think, well, I'm sure there's other people out there thinking this. Your specific person isn't sitting at home choosing, I don't want to be with you. I'm not choosing you. Here's all the reasons why I'm not choosing you. That's not happening. They too are reflecting back to you who you are. And if you're in a so-called quiet time / no contact scenario, again, this is just a happy reminder because it really has nothing to do with this video, but you're not in no contact. It might feel quiet. It might seem quiet. You're not in no contact. That's impossible. We are all connected to the same consciousness. We are all the same consciousness. So separation is a non-thing. And I do suggest you ask yourself, do you truly believe that no one is separate? You got to ask yourself some manifestation basics because some of us might still be hanging on to unfavorable, limited beliefs. I got to say, I did have one coaching call that was damn well fabulous today because we talked about all the nuggets that have shown up in this girl's life. And a couple of them are some like scientific validation of science is tipping into our direction, guys. Those of you who need scientific backup, it's coming. Meaning if you need science to say that, yes, you're manifesting, if you're one of those people, I get it. I'm not, but science is coming this way. So pretty soon you're not going to have an excuse not to fully believe that it's working and that it's you doing it with your mind. But you've got to be real with yourself. I cannot stress that. And I know some of you believe you are being real with yourself. Hence, then I suggest you observe. You observe where your mind goes and you own it. Not shrug it off. You're owning it. Because if you are in one sentence claiming you are deciding to be the you that has your manifestation, you are telling yourself that. You really do believe that it's happening. You can't be that version of yourself and still look out here and say it's not here yet. Meaning, when we say it's not here yet, when I imply, let me word it like this. When I tell you that you don't have to lie to yourself and say, I see something I don't see, that's not a free pass for you to sit back and wallow that you don't see it yet. I'm saying you don't have to delude yourself to the point of, I see something I don't see. I don't have to pretend to see something with my eyes. But even then, you can still say, I'm in the right reality. I am this version of myself now that is having that friggin' manifestation, and nothing's getting in the way of that. I know firmly, calmly, demandingly. I don't even think that's a word. I believe with all confidence. I know beyond a shadow of a doubt. I know because I am the I am. I know that manifestation is mine, and I am just watching the live stream of the unfolding. That's all this is. I'm having it. I know it's mine, and there's nothing more for me to do. To know it's mine. Boom, done. Do you see what I mean? Do you see how it's okay to own you don't see it, but you can still claim who you are? Looking at the 3D and declaring it's not here yet with passion in your voice. That is not you being the version of self that has the manifestation. It's not. It's just not. And these are the things we want to entertain. Again, if you're someone trying every damn technique and still saying it's not here yet, do you see what I'm saying? You're going on to the next thing, and then the next thing, and then the next thing. You're questioning. Your actions are validating that you are still questioning, doubting, worrying. And listen, I think it's normal to have some doubts. I do. I think it's normal to have moments of just fucking frustration that it's not here yet. What is going on? What's the holdup? I think those moments on this journey are so normal. I certainly had them. But I did always return to my decision. I did return to my state, even when it wasn't easy, and even when it sucked, and even when I didn't believe it. I knew that I'm not giving up on this. I'm not. I'm having it. Somehow, some way. Even through tears. I guess what I'm kindly implying in this video is, I think that when you take the moment to really observe your thoughts, you're going to find that you do spend more time as a version of yourself that is passionately not declaring who you want to be. You're declaring based off of what you are or are not seeing in the 3D. That's what I'm saying. Because manifestation is real. Manifestation works. It is always working. Even when it's showing you nothing, it's working. Some of us forget that we don't have the big picture view. We don't have the full view of a 3D. We have what is right in front of us view. Got to remind ourselves of these things. It's always working. There is no secret to manifestation, meaning there's not a special one last affirmation that's going to save you. It's not what this is doing. It's just, who do you believe you are? Who do you really believe you are? Who do you really believe you are? And if you can't answer that, then ask yourself, why is your manifestation not here yet? Why don't you have it yet? What do you get for answers? The answers always come. So if you've tried it all and nothing's worked, then take my advice and take that 24-hour period of observing your thoughts. Even if that's setting an alarm for every hour on the hour, check in with yourself. Where was your mind that last hour? And if you do it for 24 hours and you don't find anything, then challenge yourself and do it for a week. And I know that sounds like a damn pain in the ass, but if you are really determined that you've been making the decision to be the you that has it, and you're still declaring that it's not here yet, then we're going to find some thoughts. I have a feeling you're going to find some thoughts. And come back and share it with me if I was right. So on that note, I'll see you tomorrow. And you'll probably see me. Well, maybe not tomorrow, but maybe the next day for a live stream. Okay? Take a breath. Take a deep breath. And remember that you are a part of the same consciousness that created the lungs and the air that you just breathed in. You've created it all. Look at that. How can you deny yourself your own damn manifestation? Choose the you that has it. And choose that version of you, no matter what your 3D is showing you. And it will not fail. For real. I'll see you tomorrow.